Hey there, eighth graders. So this geometry spreadsheet really hasn't done much geometry yet, right? So far we've really focused all of our efforts on making our geometry spreadsheet look the way we want it to, right? So when we when we choose the kind of shape that we're going to find the area or perimeter of, we got a shape that pops up, and then we highlight which dimensions we need in order to find the area and perimeter of that shape, right? So that's what we've done so far. What we're going to start doing today, let me just backspace that on out, is we're going to start working on the functionality, the actual calculation end of this spreadsheet, which is really, it's the point of this spreadsheet, is to make a spreadsheet that will automatically calculate area and perimeter of any shape that we want based on the dimensions that are inputted. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on over to the formulas sheet, and I'm going to do a little zooming in because there's not much to see in the formulas sheet except for what we're going to look at, right? So right here we've got area, right? So in the B column we've got all the area formulas, but we don't actually have those as formulas that will function in a spreadsheet. But that does tell us what we need to do, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to click into column C, and we're going to type area calculations. So that's where we're going to calculate the area of each of these different shapes, right? So we're going to use the formula to calculate area. Now this first one is triangle. We're going to do triangle, rectangle, and parallelogram today. I've got a neat little trick that we're going to learn in that process. So with cell C2 selected, we're going to make the function for a triangle, which is 1/2 times base times height, right? Or base times height divided by 2. Either of those will work. We're going to do 1/2 base times height. So we're going to start by typing with an equal sign. In Excel, in a spreadsheet, anytime you use the equal sign, it means you're going to calculate something directly, right? So I'm going to start by typing 0.5. So we're going to multiply 0.5 times something. Then we use the asterisk key for the multiplication, right? Asterisk is Shift 8. It's also on your keypad. Well, if you guys don't have those on your Chromebook now that I think about it. So 0.5 times, and then we're going to go back to our calculate sheet and get our base and our height. So calculate, base is this cell right here, so it's C2. So we're going 0.5 times base, and then we're going to hit that times that asterisk again, times height, right? So we're just selecting the cells where the base and height are going to be entered in, and it will automatically calculate that value for us. If we hit enter to sum up that function, you can see the function is 0.5 times calculate C2 times calculate E2, and C2 and E2 are base and height. So that's pretty simple. You can see right now the area is 0, which makes sense because we haven't actually entered any values into those cells. What we're going to do now is the rectangle formula, which is going to be very similar. In fact, it's going to be a little bit easier, less typing. So we're going to type equals, that sets up the function. Then we're going to go to the calculate cell, and again, it's base times height, so we're going to click on base, right? And then hit that multiplication symbol, and then click on height. So again, equals calculate C2 times calculate E2. Hit the enter button, and again, it says 0 because we haven't entered any values. Here's what we're going to do now. This is the neat little trick. I think it's a neat little trick, but it's not going to work quite right. But I'll show you anyway. So what we can do is in order to propagate cells in Excel, we can do a neat little trick, which is the skinny plus sign. So if you bring your mouse over to the corner, the bottom left corner, except that's right, the bottom right corner of the cell, you see that skinny plus sign. If you click and drag, that's going to extend that function down to the next cell. So you can see what it did. It changed the numbers to match the fact that we went down another cell, which is not what we wanted. So if we backspace out the 3s and replace those with 2s, that makes the function right. There is a way to lock those values in so that they don't propagate when you drag that, but we don't really need to worry about that for this particular assignment. Basically, we need the same function in both cells. Now, it might have been easier to just highlight, copy, and then paste that in, hit enter, and you got the function there. But I did want to show you that skinny plus sign because that's a different way to propagate additional cells in a spreadsheet. The next time we meet, we'll look at trapezoid, which is a little bit more complex formula, but not much more difficult to calculate in a spreadsheet. And right now we've got 3 functions in there, 3 formulas in there for area. Our area calculations is shaping up, and we'll do some more of that the next time we meet. Screenshot exit ticket. I'm looking to see good stuff. The exit ticket should be right here with any of these cells highlighted so that I can see the function in that function bar up there. So again, click on any of those cells, take your screenshot here so I can see that you've got the function, the formula that we talked about written in that cell, okay? Again, excited to see the work you guys do. Screenshot exit ticket. We'll see you soon.